What's up, guys? David Land here, doing something a little bit different. This is the Dominate Like Dixon challenge in Forza Motorsport 6. This is the first time I've done this game on my channel, but since NASCAR Heat Evolution is coming out, I figured I'd find something to test how I can record an Xbox One gameplay on. So Forza 6 was the natural choice, seeing as there are IndyCars and there are tracks that IndyCars race on. Most notably, Watkins Glen, which I just came from. In fact, just uploaded a vlog literally minutes ago that I'm recording this. Hopefully this will go up on the same day as the vlog. But I want to do a little bit of a challenge for myself in Forza 6 as a test video, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So, like I said, this is the Dominate Like Dixon challenge. However, we won't be starting on the pole. Oh no, that would be way too easy. In fact, that was the way that Scott Dixon did it in real life. No, we are going to use the Serious Setback mod, and as you can see, that mod says we will start in the 20th grid position. So there are 24 cars in the race. There's actually more cars in this race than there are in the regular IndyCar race at Watkins Glen. There were 22 that started the Glen IndyCar race, and this race will have 24. So we've got 4 more cars to deal with. We're running an 18-lap race, and we're going to make one required pit stop, though tire wear is such that we would have to make a pit stop anyway. We're really going to be slipping and sliding by the end of the race, so I can't wait. Let's get into it. Watkins Glen, the Dominate Like Dixon challenge. Let's do it. Alright, so here we are, rolling start as the IndyCars would start, and we are absolutely, well, I thought it was a rolling start, but it seems like it was a standing start. We got an atrocious start. You had the 25 Andretti Autosport car looking behind us. There's about 3 of those in this race. Oh, there's a big crash in turn 1. Somebody looked like they were spinning there. We're underneath Justin Wilson. Couldn't get around him. They are 4 wide. That ain't going to work. And Takuma Sato just absolutely put, I think that was maybe Newgarden, right into the Armco. We're already halfway up through the field. That's fantastic. And the AI are on the hardest difficulty possible, the unbeatable setting. So we got a really good start. I'm kind of shocked at how good of a start we got, but I'm expecting to be punted as well because we're also on the... Wow, there goes a Scott Dixon way off the track. Got some serious traffic heading into the boot. Marco Andretti just got punted off. He's into the tires, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, we almost got into the back of Ryan Hunter-Reay. Graham Rahal right up there. Ooh, gonna have to pull off a little bit because, ooh, we run into the back of Ryan Hunter-Reay. That was not the cleanest maneuver I've ever made. Got all kinds of cars behind me. We're already in the top 10, so it's pretty good for the first lap of the race. This really is more like the Tony Kanaan challenge right now with as many cars as we've passed up in this. This is the non-repaved version of Watkins Glen, but in a test race I ran last night where I kind of got the idea to do this little challenge, tire wear was a big issue. Still, even on this track. So I guess with the worn-out surface, there's already a car in the pits. That's an interesting strategy because you're going to have to pit like twice. But yeah, it's tire wear is going to be a huge issue, and we're going to get passed down the inside. I thought we're going to go. Yeah, it's going to be close. Should we hang it around the outside? Nope. We're going to have to heed that position to Wilson, and he's going to continue to stay ahead of me. And okay, so my setup, I've gone with a much more aggressive downforce setting. So that means my car is going to be a lot slower on the straightaways, but much faster in the turns. So, or at least be able to handle better in the turns as I'm using a controller. It's really difficult to play this game with IndyCars without a wheel because they are just so fast and they change the direction so quickly. So trying to go around Justin Wilson. Oh, there we go. Ryan Hunter-Reay was absolutely very slow at the toe of the boot, and we got around, or we're side by side. This is actually a really tough corner. I think this is one of the tougher corners on the track, this one right here. You wouldn't think it, but it is. I mean, because at least on this version of Watkins Glen, not in real life anymore, there's a big old gravel trap waiting for you if you screw up. So we are continuing to move up through the field. now up into the top 8, though the front half of the field seems to be starting to build a bit of a gap, so time to get up there and run with them. See if anybody else comes into the pits. Yeah, a few cars coming down into the pit lane. I braked way too early for turn 1 that time. Right out to the exit curb, into the S's. This is a really fun track to drive, though, in IndyCars. And it's interesting when I wasn't a huge fan of driving on Watkins Glen, at least in video games, before going there. But like after actually observing the racetrack and understanding how the corners work, it's amazing the perspective you can gain and the appreciation and understanding of the circuit as a whole when you actually go to one of these tracks for what it takes to compete and do well, and you kind of observe the lines and figure out how many gears the guys are going down, and it's really interesting. So we're catching Graham Rahal here in one of the Hondas, and then it's one of the Foyt cars out in front of him, and a Scott Dixon clone, I think, or maybe it's another Rahal. Can't tell from this far back. It's a red car. Yeah, it's another Rahal, so there's 2 Rahal cars in front. That's the thing that Forza does that I don't understand is lots of repeats when they do this. I mean, they've got a whole catalog of designs, like as you can see. I've got the bolt scheme on the car right now. I mean, the community in Forza designs pretty much every livery you can think of. So if they just let the AI run the schemes you want them to run, or the current schemes, we wouldn't run into this duplicate car problem. But whatever. We're losing some positioning here. I didn't get a very good run onto the main straightaway, and I'm going to hit the end of my gearing here in the draft of Rahal. So I'm not going to be able to overtake. Now you'll notice my tire wear is starting to pick up. My front tires are now beginning to be worn. As you can probably see if you look next to the gear selection indicator there. It'll show you that the front tires are yellow. By the end of the stint, they'll be starting to get red. In fact, I did one of these races where at the end of the race, my tires were like 90% worn. But if you make more than one stop, it's really, really going to hurt you in the end of the race, because all these guys are probably only going to make one stop. But the AI do get affected by tire wear as well. You'll notice as everybody's tires start to wear that they'll start slipping and sliding and losing all sorts of pace. So we got a gaggle of Hondas here. Got Hunter-Reay leading Rahal and then Sato. We'll see if we can get him. Ooh, try 2 around. Oh, uh-oh. Now that's a problem. That's a big problem. I'm not going to be able to make it in the pits this time either. So, this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to have to make my first stop with 6 laps complete. So you can see the front end grip completely gone now. And it's going to be a nurse the tires challenge. Oh yeah, I really probably should have dove across traffic to get in the pits, but I could have wrecked my car even worse. I'm going to have to let all these guys by. Oh, this is a tragedy. An absolute tragedy. There's Newgarden and Wilson behind me. Everybody's beating and banging off of each other. This is an absolutely atrocious shortcut of the bus stop. It's a really bad circuit to have something go wrong, but it's gone wrong, and it's gone wrong in a big way, so it's a recovery race. But of course, now at least I won't be in traffic, so I'll be able to run some really fast laps. But it's going to be interesting, really interesting, I should say, with the tire wear. Stretching it 12 laps. That's not going to be fun. But we're at the back of this group here. So at the very least, we won't get rammed into anymore. And we're going to have to chase down the cars that have already pitted. If we can get to the front of the cars that have already pitted... Oh! See, first and third are in the pits as well. So it's not a terrible loss. I'll be able to stay relatively close to them. but I really didn't get a very good entrance to the pit lane as we come in, and this is Forza's little quick stop thing. I'm not a big fan of this. It's kind of silly in what is supposed to be a racing-ish simulator. It's not 100% a simulator, but it's close enough where I'm like, just show the pit stop, please. You don't have to show all this stuff. Or maybe make it less obtrusive. Still waiting for the car to come in. So our pit stop is commencing. We're going to fall to 17th, 18th, possibly 19th, 20th place. Looks like 20, maybe 21st. So we're going to have to come through the entire field now. 23rd. Oh, this is agony. But we're probably going to lose 24th as well. So we're going to be literally at the back. No, we don't lose 24th, so that's not terrible. It's Marco behind us. As you can see in the mirror. I blocked him in the S's, so as long as he doesn't kimble me going into the bus stop here, we should be good. Well, that was me trying to get a little too aggressive on cold tires. And atrociously cutting the bus stop again. But I guess I'll use the fresh tires for what they're worth now. Oh no. That was incredibly stupid of me. Oh, that was annoying. So, what do I do with this? Do I come in again? I almost have to at this point. Oh, it's annoying. It's really annoying. So, 2 pit stops. Good lord. That's what I didn't want to have to show, is a ton of pit stops. So, I've made 2 pit stops now. And I'm probably going to lose a lap. So it's going to be... it went from recovery to major recovery now. Yeah, definitely going to lose a lap. So I'm going to have to make up a lap on track in 10 laps. I don't know if that's going to be possible. But we're going to try it anyway. It's going to be a serious, serious charge now. Waiting to come out of the pits. Alright, let's do it. Okay, take 2. Out of the pits and back onto the circuit. Okay, now that I've made 2 quick stops, at the very least, I don't have to worry about fuel. Might still have to worry about tires. It's amazing, you can run all of the test races in the world where you're like, oh, I'll do fine. You know, I ran a 15 clean laps, won the race, then you do it for real and you screw up immensely, or immediately, I should say. So I'm just going to have to run so much faster than the AI. It'll make your head spin. Like I said, that corner's tough. I screwed it up there. Majorly. I screwed that one up too. Right now I'm trying too hard. I just need to get into a decent rhythm. Because the car is more than capable of running incredibly fast lap times around this track. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Not even halfway yet, so plenty of time to recover this. Especially with the way the AI is driving at the moment. So through the S's. So I wonder where Marco is. Guess it'll show me at some point. I'm guessing they're in the boot. So I screw up again. At least I got through the carousel fairly quickly. And we're catching the cars who are the leaders, so we can at least unlap ourselves. Just abuse the tires coming out of the toe there. Put the tires back on the throttle. No, 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 no. Oh, at least the car didn't get damaged that time. That would have been a real pain in the butt. Somebody at least is coming into the pits. The 6th place guy, who I think was the guy I ran into initially when I was coming up through the field the first time. On the throttle. Through the S's. I don't know how I'm going to catch Marco. Even pass for 24th is going to be difficult. At the very least, I could start passing these guys. Get in behind Dixon, underneath Dixon. Try to get around Dixon. Can't do it. Now I did it. Okay, I think the next car is James Jakes. Try to get around him as well. At the very least, there's no blue flag rules or anything in this game. So holding up cars when you're lap cars, there's no consequence for it, thankfully. Perfect turn. Thanks, game. Here we go. I'm gonna get Jakes. Go by him. Should be pretty easy here. Side by side. The next car is Newgarden and Wilson. Just hard on the throttle. 8 laps to go. Good draft. Out brake. Hard on the throttle. Come up through the field. That was not a place you usually pass on this track. I can tell you from observing that corner. That was a low percentage move I just made. And out to the grass. Now behind another Scott Dixon. Get into his back end a little bit. Thankfully didn't damage the car. The field is going into the boot right now. So I'm a good 5-6 corners behind even the back of the field right now. But there are cars pitting, so I will not have any more traffic to deal with. I guess there's one car out in front. If this were on the short course, I'd be okay, because I might be able to catch up, but right now I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up. It just depends. It also depends if everybody else has to make another pit stop. I'm not sure if they're not going to have enough fuel or whatever. Never found myself in this predicament. Here we go. Well, this is another Newgarden. Pass him easy. He's struggling on really used tires, I'm guessing, at this point. going more than half the race on a set of tires. That'll do it for sure. I'd really like it if at least some of these cars need another pit stop. So that would help me immensely. Really, really going hard now. Okay. How far are we behind? It doesn't say. Really bad corner there. See if I damage my engine doing that. No, I guess not. Go, go, go. The game said I did a perfect turn. So I'm behind them at the boot now. Oh, and the 4th place car is pitting. Why, I have no idea. But he's pitting. Oh, there's a ton of cars pitting. Well, am I actually going to salvage this? I gotta go for it. This is gonna be, again, the problem is gonna be tire wear. And I'm just not sure my tires are gonna hold up till the end of the race. We're gonna have to find out. So there's cars coming out of the pits. At least I will be able to catch these guys. Because the guy who's coming out right now was running in 4th place. These guys were down in the 20s who I've just passed coming out of the pits. So back up to 20th place. And I've got 5 laps to keep my tires underneath me. And also gain and pass all the guys who also need to pit, which is going to be a really interesting part of this thing. So let's see if I can catch him. The problem is he's going to be on fresh tires. Whoever the 4th place guy was, so. Who is it? I'm looking for ID on the car. It's a yellow car. So it's an Andretti car. Whether it's Marco or whether it's Hunter-Reay is still a question mark for me. And I'm gaining slightly. You may have seen that the 17th place car has also made a pit stop, so that's another position I will gain. Seeing as this was the 4th place car that I'm catching currently. And I easily got around the cars that were running 20th and through 24th, I believe. Should be able to pass him, no problem, in the pits. Now I've just got to catch this Ryan Hunter-Reay car. Through the gears. 4 to go. We'll have to see if anybody else peels off into the pits. We're going for 18th place right now. This is not a worthy run to Scott Dixon, that's for sure. Particularly his dominance at this racetrack. And we're catching Mr. Ryan, Flying Ryan. The 5th gear, 10th place is pitting. Oh no, it's Marco. I just noticed the blue flash of blue as we came around the toe of the boot there. I think this is the heel, pretty sure. Because if the last corner was the toe, that was the heel. And this is the exit of the boot. Back onto the regular course, or the original course, or the NASCAR circuit, or whatever you want to call it. On the throttle. Should be able to pass this car as well for 18th. I'd love to pass Marco. If I could get around Marco, that'd be fantastic. The third. Merging traffic. It's another Marco. I didn't mean that game. But we'll get around him. We'll cut him off going into the boot. Take that arrow off the front end of his car. And try to get up to Marco's clone. Oh, he's all over the back of me because he's got way more straight line speed than I do. I almost lost it. Kept it under me. Lift just slightly. Got 3 to go. Got to keep it. There's more cars pitting. So whoever was on that strategy, it did not pay off. This Marco is all over the back of me right now. Because my tires are wearing. Not able to take the corners at quite the speed that I was able to earlier. Oh, he's side by side with me. He's going to get me. So now I've got to battle 2 Marcos here. He did not get a good exit. Let's see if I can get a draft. No, he is gone. He is flying away. Now sometimes you can get these AI to make a mistake. As he gets cut off by Graham Rahal there. Oh, and I made the mistake for him. Absolutely punted him. Somehow my car didn't get damaged. You can hit all the tire barriers you want, but you can ram a car as hard as you go, and there will be no damage caused to your car. Forza logic. Oh, my front tires are absolutely giving up. They go side by side, and Andretti gets a Rahal. 7th place is pitting. We probably won't even pass him. Our pace is so bad on these tires. Car skidding a little bit. We're going to come up to 2 laps to go now. So that other Marco is really catching the Marco I've been chasing. So on the throttle. Let's see if we can get Graham at least. It gave me a perfect turn, but I don't feel like that was a perfect turn. Couple cars coming out of the pits. Doesn't look like we'll be able to catch them either. That says merging traffic. It looks like the Marcos are going to get held up by whoever that was coming out of the pits. Looks like maybe a Newgarden. So I'm going to have to get through the bus stop really well, I think, to have any shot at passing any of these guys. With 2 to go. Oh, and I actually got through it well. Graham goes off. That'll help me out immensely. Actually got a good little race going here with all these guys. 2nd place guy is in the pits. So all the strategies are working out. Ah, Newgarden is really slow. Get around one of the Marcos. There's another Marco up there battling with Newgarden. I'm going to throw the block of all blocks on Marco. The Marco behind. Oh, and he hip checks me. I'll hip check him. He knocks me off the track. He goes back through. My tires are at 70% wear at the front. But one of the Marcos is way wide. He's off. Now battling with Marco and Newgarden. Decent exit, not too good. Last lap. So we've got some cars to try to pass here. Ooh, really bad in turn 1. Just my tires just decided not to go. So now we'll just draft Marco and hope prey. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just saved that one. Side by side with Marco. Got Marco behind me. I'm sandwiched by Marco's. This is some fangirl's dream. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, Newgarden's off. Marco and I go around the outside. Oh, this is an exciting race. The most exciting race for 15th place I've ever seen in my life. I just ran into Newgarden. I just put him in the wall. I gave a little bump and run to Marco. Couldn't get him around. 2 cars, 3 cars still together here. It's Hinchcliffe up there. He's going really slow. I wonder if his tires have completely given up. There's Marco. There's another Marco. He's still back there. Had to chop Marco there. As I'm chasing Marco, I'm so confused. Are you confused? See if this Hinchcliffe holds up Marco. Oh, I ran really slow through there. I cut Marco off. Chasing Marco to the line. Nope, not going to be able to do it. So, my Scott Dixon challenge. Well, not everybody can be Scott Dixon at Watkins Glen. 16th position. Made 1 extra stop than I wanted to. That's unfortunate. It's amazing. You can, again, like I said, you can run all the test races you want, but ultimately, you end up sometimes with a short end of the stick, and that was certainly the short end of the stick. But it was a fun race, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I might do some more Forza 6, particularly maybe one celebrating the IndyCar finale at Sonoma, since that's in the game, and that would be the Simone Pagenaud challenge, because he's going for the championship that day. And Will Power's also in the game, so it might be fun to see which driver I can make do better. So leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and we will see you in the next video.